And we're coming up into our Tadasana. So I'll just turn around to remind us all about Tadasana. So Tadasana is feet firmly placed on the ground. Yoga's choice. You can bring them to hip distance, or you can bring them together, really together. If they're together, bring the toes and the knuckle joints of the big toe together. And you might find that there's a little V shape with the heels a little wider at the back. Draw those kneecaps up, create a little engagement through the core, and bring your focus back to that Uddiyana Bandha. So we're really drawing our navel in and upwards. We're allowing our shoulders to flow down our backs, our palms outwards, and imagine that golden thread. So tuck the chin, allow the back of the head to rise towards the sky, and feel at the same time a grounding through the feet. Taking 3 breaths here and imagining an upward flow of air from the front body and letting go that air along the back body. So we're going to breathe in through the nose. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, and out through pursed lips. Really letting go of energy down the back body. 2 more like that. Deep breath in. Breathing out. Last time, deep breath in. Long breath out. Next time you inhale, float the arms up and overhead. Keep the elbows soft, the chest wide, and exhale, leaning forward, coming all the way down to the mat. Find yourself back into your forward fold, and then coming up halfway. So bringing your hands to your calves or sliding them up. And we'll all slide our hands up so we find our fingers tucked into the crease of our hips, and then bring the elbows back together. So we're creating an opening in the chest. Keep the chin tucked, and we're aiming for that number 7 shape. Release the hands down to the feet. 2 more. Rising up, hands to the hip creases, elbows back, creating that little grasshopper, keeping the chin tucked. Exhale back to the floor. Last time, rising up. Hands to the hip creases, elbows back. And then falling all the way to the floor. This time, bend the knees, create a little support for the back. Rolling all the way up, 1 vertebrae at a time. Bring the hands up and exhale, hands to heart center. So bringing the practice into a little flow practice now. We'll inhale, take our hands up and overhead. Exhale, coming all the way forward. Inhale, coming back up to that halfway. Find your support, yoga's choice. Exhale, drop the hands back down and take your feet back into your plank, holding here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then dropping the knees, the chest, the chin, rolling the shoulders, coming up into our cobra. So lengthening through the front body, really engaging through the back body, folding back down, and then pushing up either into tabletop or back to plank. And then I'll meet you in downward dog. Inhale, float the right leg. Exhale, bring the knee to the chest and step forward. So we're finding ourselves into our lunge shape. Draw the heart space through. We'll take a deep breath in, a long breath out. Drop the back knee and inhale to float those hands up overhead. Exhale, bring the arms to cactus arms. And as you did in the figure 7, draw the elbows a little bit together. So we're really opening out through the chest at the front, opening the heart to the sky. Inhale, take the arms up. Exhale, float them to the floor and lift the back knee. Plant your left hand firmly on the floor and we'll take a strong twist. Right hand to the sky. Reaching up, feeling that energy from the grounded hand to the hand reaching to the top. Exhale, place both hands back on the floor. And this might be a little bit of a wonky transition, but hop forward and find your back foot about a pace behind your front foot. So we've got right foot in front, left foot behind. Our feet are train tracks. It doesn't matter if you have your heel up. We're finding our pyramid shape. So it may be that you can, if you've got a brick handy, hang on, I've just got one. You can bring your bricks or your yoga blocks, tin of beans, or a strong book to bring the earth to you, or maybe you keep your hands on the floor. Focus on drawing the right hip back, the left hip forward, and keep the back straight wherever you are. Holding here in our pyramid for one more breath. Then we're going to bend the knee, step forwards into our forward fold. Maybe take a little rock, nod the head, shake the head, release the neck, release the hands, and then rolling all the way up and through to the top. Exhale, hands to heart center. Going again the other side. Inhale, float the hands. Exhale, folding forward, find your forward fold. And moving with the breath, we inhale, we come to our figure 7, our Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, we fold. And this time we step back with the right leg, leaving the left leg forward, coming into our lunge, drawing our heart through. Drop the back knee and inhale to float those hands up and overhead. Keep the depth in the hips and elongate through the front body. And as you exhale, bring the arms to your goalpost arms, so elbows at 90 degrees. And draw the shoulder blades together. So we're really opening through the front body. This is a beautiful antidote to the work we all do on our computers and driving our cars. Inhale, float those hands high. Exhale, bring the hands to the floor. Raise the back knee. This is a strong twist. And keeping the right hand grounded this time, floats the left hand up to the sky. Keep it strong. Spike the back heel backwards, reaching towards the sky, holding, and then bringing that hand to the floor. A little bounce in the knee, bend the knee, step forward, find your forward fold. Have a little moment here, maybe grab opposite elbows, a little rock from side to side, and then rolling one vertebrae at a time. Feel into your spine. And remember what we said about proprioception. It means that our bad habits become as embedded as our good ones. So I know I have a tendency to kind of drop my chin forward. So I have to really consciously draw the crown of my head towards the ceiling. My proprioception tells me I'm fine when actually I'm standing and sitting in quite a slumped way. And turn around to face the camera, ignore me, but whilst we're here, rediscovering our Tadasana, remember yoga's choice, feet apart, feet together, but wherever you are, really ground through the feet. Re-engage with that Uddiyana Bandha, drawing the navel back to the spine and upwards. And we'll take our shoulders to our ears, all the way back, drop them down the back body 2 more times. Bring the shoulders to the ears, slide them back down the back body last time, up towards the ears, back and down. This time, as we inhale, allow that upward lift to bring us up and onto the tips of our toes. I'm going to stand back. Hopefully then you get my hands in the camera. Exhale, come back down. Take your feet a little wider. Inhale all the way up on the tips of the toes. Exhale, coming back down. This time, float the hands up and overhead. Grab hold of the right wrist. And imagine you're still working with that rising energy. And draw the arm up and over to the side. Inhale back to center. And swapping hands, taking hold of the left wrist. Coming up all the way over, opening out through the side body, through the hips. Inhale back to center, drop the arms one more time, shoulders up to the ears, all the way back, all the way down. Inhale to rise up, float on those toes, keep the elbows soft, the chest open. And then as you exhale, drop the heels, sink through the center. If you need to raise your heels at the bottom, come into that. That's absolutely fine. And taking our malasana, we're dropping our right hand to the floor, opening our left wing to the sky. So really open that heart space. Exhale, coming back to center. Dropping the left palm to the floor, floating the right hand to the sky. Exhale, back to center. Coming forward onto our hands. Feel me turning around. Step back to our plank pose. Hold here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And push back to our downward dog. We're going to finish in our pigeon and our Ardha Matsyendrasana. So inhale, float the right leg. Exhale, bring the right knee to the outside of the right elbow. Untuck the toes. You might want to just check back, look over your shoulder. That foot is straight, the leg is straight. You're resting on the top of the foot. And feel an extension, a lengthening through the front body. This is a challenging hip opener, guys, so be a little gentle with yourself. If this feels a little bit too much, you can come into a reclined figure 4 or reclined pigeon, so placing one ankle on the thigh and drawing the knees closer towards the chest. If you're in pigeons, maybe you take a little walk down to the elbows. Just notice, feel into the body. Engage with the Uddiyana Bandha, drawing the navel in and up. And maybe you take your forehead to the mat. Wherever you are, we'll hold here for 2 more breaths. And if you're in reclined figure 4, then drop your knees to one side and take a gentle spinal twist. If you're in pigeon with me, then drop onto the right hip and swing the left leg round. So you can either bring the foot in front of the calf or take it over the thigh. Wherever you are, aim to keep the ball of the big toe towards the ground, taking the right arm, wrap it around the knee, left arm behind us. So we're coming into a twist. This all feels a little much, or the hips are a little tender after all the riding we do. Then extend I'm having to think left and right, the right leg. Otherwise, stay here and come back to that awareness of the spine and the navel. Draw the navel back towards the spine and upwards. And as you inhale, imagine that golden thread lengthening through the crown of the head. Exhale, maybe going a little deeper into the twist. And we'll hold here for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then unravel, bring the knees back round, come back into your tabletop. Just ignore me turning around it so that I can talk to you as we change sides, and rolling back to our downward dog. Have a little pedal out, wave forward into our plank, top of the push-up, wave back to our dog. Inhale, float the left foot, bend the knee and bring the left knee to the outer edge of the left hand. Untuck the toes of the right foot, keeping the legs straight. If you prefer, take your reclined pigeon on the opposite side. If you're with me, lengthen through the front body. Take a deep breath in. Draw that Uddiyana Bandha back towards the spine, up into the diaphragmatic area, creating that upward flying belly lock, and maybe sink to the elbows. If you want, carry the journey on, coming to the floor. And notice, pigeon is one of those shapes that really highlights the differences between one side of the body and the other. So feel confident to make your choices and go as far as feels comfortable for you. So if you're on your back, drop your knees to the opposite side. If you're on your front, drop onto the left hip and swing the right leg. So either bringing it, let me just turn around so you can see, to the front of the thigh, or up and over the top. Wherever you are, make sure the ball of the big toe is on the ground. Wrap your left arm around your knee, your right arm behind you. Re-engage with that belly lock. And imagine the crown of your head being drawn towards the sky, your sit bones rooting to the earth. And we'll stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Unraveling, and this time coming to your comfortable seat, finding your hands on your knees. Reconnect to the push and the pull, the push of the sit bones to the earth, the pull of the crown of the head towards the ceiling. And we'll take a final deep breath in together. So as we inhale through the nose, allowing the hands to float up overhead, placing fingertips together, using our proprioception to find those touch pads, then palms of the hands. And then bring the thumb to the center of the brows, the center of inner wisdom and intuition. Hold here. And then bowing to each other. Om Shanti, from my light to yours. Namaste.